Yo, what's up, guys? It's Glitchmaker, and I'm doing this again. This time we got Last Will. Uh, Apparently, this card is also stupid, and in my opinion, it is stupider than Last Turn. So let's just get started. Card text. If a monster on your side of the field was sent to your graveyard this turn, you can special summon one monster with an attack of 1500 points or less from your deck once during this turn, then shuffle your deck. Sounds really easy, right? No. The issues. Last Will was released in Starter Deck Yugi, with its final print being Tournament Pack 7. At the time, it already had strange rulings, lack of official rulings, text changes that changed how the card works, and differences between formats. Today, it lacks problem-solving card text and doesn't have a single modern statement. Unlike Last Turn, this card should work perfectly fine. It's just horribly worded, and some rulings just straight up have no official source to my knowledge. For the rest of the video, I'm going to be using the modern TCG rulings, OCG rulings, upper deck rulings, and other miscellaneous resources to piece together what this card does. Please note that anything and everything in this video, even if I'm 100% correct, is subject to change when and or if Konami provides more rulings or problem-solving card text. First off, we'll start with the small things. Last Will can only summon one monster per copy activated that turn. It is not a hard once per turn, but the summon is once per copy. Last Will only applies for the turn it is activated. You will lose the summon if it is not used by the end of the turn. Last Will summon does not start a chain. There are conflicting rulings on that, but that is possibly due to different printings and how it was ruled at the time of those prints. You cannot perform Last Will summon during the damage step. Pretty standard thing going on there. When can you activate it? Last Will, as per upper deck rulings, can be activated at any time during your turn, regardless of if you have met the conditions for the summon or not. Last Will is not once per turn, but you can only summon once per copy activated. When can you apply the summon? At any open game state after Last Will has resolved and the condition to summon has been met. Immediately after a monster leaves your field after last turn is resolved. Immediately after Last Will resolves, assuming the condition to summon has been met. Battle Phase. This card does have interactions with Last Turn. If you do use Last Will special summon, it can attack during the battle phase. However, if its special summon occurs during Last Turn's battle phase, it cannot attack during that specific special battle phase created by Last Turn. I would assume this would imply Last Turn makes it to where only the monster summoned is allowed to attack during that battle phase due to how it's been ruled. So keep that in mind. Some people might rule that differently. Obviously, always ask a judge. Rulings. When a player applies the summon for Last Will, that summon cannot be negated by cards like Solemn Strike or Horn of Heaven. Note that this ruling does not have an official source, previous or current, that I could find, but it seems to be mostly agreed on that you cannot negate that summon. Why they agree on it changes depending on where you are looking, which is really fun. Since you can Ash in response to last turn, you are likely able to use Ash in response to this as well. I would just assume so. Due to erratas, Last Will is ruled differently depending on what print is illegal in TCG at the time, and due to OCG having slightly different card text, it does have slightly different rulings. Weird OCG stuff, apparently. Always make sure to ask your head judge about weird and offbeat rulings. Just don't be obnoxious about it. Don't bring Last Will Turbo to your Genesis event and then just not say anything. Or same with the last turn. Here are some sources. Last Will, Yugipedia just brings you to a bunch of different sources and has a summary. Goatformat.com, basically, Goat Format rules Last Will differently from what I can tell. So, you got that. And this online chat board, this was basically the only thing I could find regarding Last Will versus something like a Solemn or like Horn of Heaven. And it does conflict to what GoatFormat.com says about it. Very weird rulings going on with this card. I would not be surprised if a Genesis format deck ended up using this card, and then we get like a ton of rulings as a result because this has apparently less stuff going on than last turn apparently, and I don't like that. Screw this card. It's a massive headache, and I made a judge question his life choices because I asked him a question about it. Tier 2 judge, by the way. I'll see you guys next time. I don't want to think about this card anymore. Hi, I actually have a Ko-Fi now for anyone who wishes to support my endeavors. Do not feel pressured to support the Ko-Fi. It is just something I wanted to make for this channel and some other reasons that I'm going to keep private. Alright, thank you. Bye.